Flow into gratitude as you watch, because one of the most dangerous financial illusions in modern life is not poverty, not inflation, not competition, and not even lack of opportunity, but the silent psychological condition of never emotionally arriving inside your own existence, no matter how much your life improves. And this condition is growing everywhere because people have unknowingly trained their nervous systems to experience reality only through anticipation, which means the mind has stopped extracting meaning from what is happening now and has become addicted instead to what might happen next. And this addiction quietly destroys both gratitude and intelligent wealth building at the same time, because a mind trapped in constant anticipation cannot experience satisfaction, and a person incapable of satisfaction becomes economically manipulable. They buy faster, panic faster, compare faster, abandon faster, and consume faster because their internal state is permanently unstable, and unstable people are easier to influence, easier to sell to, easier to emotionally trigger, and easier to financially control, because the modern economy increasingly profits from psychological incompleteness. And this is the deeper problem almost nobody talks about. Gratitude is disappearing not because people are ungrateful, but because the architecture of attention itself has been redesigned to keep human beings emotionally unfinished. And once a person feels internally unfinished, money stops being a resource and becomes emotional medication. People begin purchasing identity, purchasing relief, purchasing temporary feelings of significance, and this creates an endless cycle where financial pressure increases even while convenience increases, because consumption without emotional awareness creates invisible exhaustion, and eventually people lose the ability to feel abundance even while surrounded by comfort, technology, opportunity, entertainment, and access. And this is why the solution is not simply earning more money, because without perceptual stability, more money often just scales the same emotional chaos into larger environments. And this is where gratitude becomes radically practical, because gratitude restores perceptual stability. It trains the mind to recognize value before the nervous system demands stimulation, and this changes financial behavior at its root, because now decisions are no longer being made from emotional emptiness, they are being made from awareness, and awareness changes timing, patience, spending, focus, and long-term thinking all at once, because the grateful mind is not passive, it is observant, and observant people notice patterns earlier, they recognize waste faster, they avoid impulsive traps more easily, and they understand that wealth is ultimately built through sustained clarity rather than emotional intensity. And once this realization fully lands, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your relationship with money becomes calmer but more effective, your desire remains but desperation disappears, your ambition sharpens but your identity no longer collapses. Every time life becomes uncertain, and slowly, almost invisibly, you stop participating in the cycle that keeps millions of people psychologically dependent on future validation, because you finally understand that abundance was never meant to be postponed until some distant achievement. Abundance begins the moment your awareness becomes stable enough to experience value before the world tells you that you are allowed to feel it, and from that point forward, money stops functioning as proof of your worth and starts functioning as a tool directed by a mind that is finally clear enough to build without constantly trying to escape itself.